Guatemala, the land of always spring. Giant volcanoes poke the sky, their sides a mix of bright green and coffee brown. This small country tucked in Central America holds hundreds of years of stories. Stories woven into its bright culture and amazing landscapes. Guatemala's history is a mix of native wisdom, times under Spanish rule and fights for freedom. From the ancient Maya people to today, Guatemala's spirit lives on. It calls to travelers and learners to discover its secrets. Let's travel through time, exploring the exciting history of Guatemala. A long time ago, before Europeans arrived, the Maya civilization thrived in Guatemala. They built amazing cities with pyramids that touched the sky. Tikal, Quirigua, Iximchi, names whispered with respect by explorers and dreamers. The Maya were masters of math, stars, and writing. Their calendar, better than any in Europe back then, tracked the movement of the sun, moon, and stars. Their legacy lives on, in the languages spoken, the traditions remembered, the strong spirit of Guatemala. But the Maya had their own problems. Dry times, wars, and fighting among themselves weakened their once powerful civilization. This made them vulnerable to the changes coming from across the sea. In the early 1500s, Spanish conquerors arrived in Guatemala. Their arrival changed everything, marking the beginning of a new era. The Spanish brought with them not only their fighting skills and advanced weaponry, but also devastating sicknesses and the Catholic religion, which they imposed on the native population. Native people fought back bravely, using their traditional weapons and tactics. However, they couldn't beat the Spanish weapons and their strategic alliances with rival native groups. Under Spanish rule, Guatemala was integrated into the larger Kingdom of Guatemala, a significant part of the Spanish Empire in the New World. This vast territory stretched from Chiapas in Mexico all the way down to Costa Rica, encompassing a diverse range of landscapes and cultures. Native people were forced to work under harsh conditions, and their rich culture was systematically suppressed by the colonial authorities. Their ancestral lands were transformed into farms growing valuable crops like indigo, cocoa, and later coffee, all for the benefit of the Spanish king and the colonial economy. But even under the oppressive Spanish rule, the resilient Maya spirit lived on, manifesting in their secret ceremonies and cultural practices. Over time, their traditions, languages, and beliefs began to mix with Spanish ways, creating a unique cultural blend. This fusion of cultures has given rise to the vibrant and unique culture that defines Guatemala today, a testament to the enduring legacy of both the Spanish and the Maya. Section 4. A nation forged in struggle. In 1821, after 300 years of Spanish rule, Guatemala declared its independence. This was a monumental step for the nation, marking the end of colonial domination and the beginning of a new era. But getting real freedom was a long and hard road. The journey towards true independence and self-governance was fraught with numerous challenges and obstacles. The 1800s saw many dictators and lots of political trouble. The country was often caught in a cycle of power struggles and instability, making it difficult to establish a stable government. Native people still faced discrimination and unfair treatment. Despite the promise of independence, indigenous communities continued to suffer under oppressive systems. The 1900s brought some good changes with social programs and times of democracy. These periods of reform provided hope and progress, albeit often short-lived. But these improvements were often stopped by military takeovers and unrest. The constant threat of coups and authoritarian rule overshadowed the nation's progress. The worst time, the 36-year civil war from 1960 to 1996, left deep scars on Guatemala. This brutal conflict resulted in immense suffering and loss, deeply affecting the nation's psyche. The peace accords of 1996 were a turning point. They marked the end of the Civil War and the beginning of a new chapter in Guatemala's history. Guatemala started the long and difficult job of healing and rebuilding, trying to get justice for past wrongs and fix the problems that caused the conflict. The road to recovery is ongoing, but the resilience and spirit of the Guatemalan people continue to drive the nation forward. Section 5. Echoes of the Past, Hopes for the Future. Today, Guatemala is at an important point in its history, standing at the crossroads of its rich past and a promising future. We can still feel the effects of its difficult past, a past marked by conflict and resilience. Poverty, inequality, and corruption are still problems that many Guatemalans face daily. But even with these challenges, there is hope. The spirit of the people remains unbroken. Guatemala's democracy shows how strong its people are, as they continue to fight for their rights and freedoms. Native communities are bringing back their cultural heritage, preserving traditions that have been passed down through generations. Activists fight hard for human rights and fairness. Guatemala's story isn't over, it's a continuous journey. It's a story of strength, resistance, and never giving up hope, a testament to the resilience of its people. As this nation faces its past and works for a better future, it teaches us important lessons about perseverance and unity. It encourages us to learn about its rich culture and support its journey towards a fairer society, one step at a time. The spirit of Guatemala, like the ancient Maya cities, continues to inspire us with its enduring legacy. It invites us to learn more, and to stand with its people, embracing their journey and their dreams for a brighter future.